The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of Mentor or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
One by One Kia full range of products embodies fundamental nutrients necessary to maintain beautiful and healthy hair care without having to combine an assortment of hair care products. The One by One Kia products are designed to rejuvenate, moisturize, create shine, fortify, and stimulate hair growth while leaving your hair feeling weightless and luxurious. Be sure to visit our website at www.onebywAnkaya.com and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at One by One Kia. Let's get your healthy hair care journey started today.
Yeah, you listen to the sounds of DJ Fourth Quarter in your ear right now. If you're in your car, if you're at home, if you're on your phone, let's gripe, baby.
Driving home and you're feeling kinda tired. Hey, radio play the same thing every day, so you need a little switch in your life. Traffic got you jammed up every night. Tune in to Powerhouse. Wednesday 7 to 9, you need to check them out. I promise I ain't trying to hype, but one good listen tonight, it might change your life. What's the name? So, or you might be home to log on. You can even dial in on your phone. I promise that you're gonna love it. Just try it one time, it'll blow your mind. I say it just one more time. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9.
Let's gripe. 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 Let's gripe.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It is Wednesday, July 6th, y'all. We have already came to the half of the year. We have how many months left? 5 more months for 2022, y'all. We got Kim joining us tonight here at the powerhouseradio.com.
Hey, y'all.
What up,
Been
Kim?
a minute. Hey. Look at McKenna. Look like she on vacation. Okay.
Right.
Hey, Kim. No, that's just my
Okay.
picture.
I like that background, guy.
How y'all doing tonight?
How y'all been doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you. It is good to see you on this Wednesday. I will just say that, as Tony mentioned, we're at halftime, and so we have two summer holidays in. So that means there's only one summer holiday left, and then it's going to be fall, just like that.
What are the summer holidays? Besides
Memorial Day, 4th of July are the two, and then Labor Day is the end of the summer holidays.
we're missing one, McKenna. At least one.
Juneteenth.
We added Juneteenth this year, and we added
Did
Juneteenth.
she say Juneteenth?
Lord.
But how about this, guys? I mean, I'm telling you. So Monday, I was looking at something. You know, you hear the fireworks outside. You know, since last Friday, right? And Monday, the fireworks are still going on. And I think it was a commercial I saw with a Christmas tree back. Christmas tree.
They so disrespectful.
I mean, can we get past Labor Day?
They so disrespectful.
But also,
Unnecessarily.
the children are going back to school August 4th.
What?
August the 4th. in certain counties in Georgia. August 4th, y'all, less than a month.
Wow. So that means they have like 3.5 weeks to finish up their summer in some places.
Facts. You muted, Tony.
Pretty much, yes. That's pretty much yes.
Yes.
So I'm not sure. If any of our listeners are listening, can you do a quick chat to let me know if we're freezing, if you can hear us, if there's any static going on in the background? I think we might be having some technical difficulties. So if you can just let us know, or you can text me personally and let me know. We're just trying to get that fixed. But we got a lot to catch up. Anyone got any gripes tonight?
No, I mean, the only gripe I really had was, that Sunday and Monday firecrackers are popping and booming. I expected it on Sunday, but Monday at, 0:00, I'm like, what? We did this yesterday. What's happening? What's happening? Why do we start at 0:00? I mean, you could have done this at 7:30 and had it out the way if you had some left over. So that was my only gripe, but I woke up, tossed and turned, and I finally drifted off. So, those people who have fun terrorizing other people, I'm glad that it only happens a couple times a year and we made it through. So y'all be careful out there.
Were you terrorized?
Go ahead, Marcus, you were saying?
Were you terrorized?
It was terrorizing, like
Okay,
not
I'm gonna
Sunday night.
tag
Sunday
on
night,
to
I
what
expected.
McKenna. Yes. So McKenna, my gripe would be neighbors that do fireworks right like by your mailbox, like right there on the street, and then don't clean up their mess. Yeah, that's my gripe. And you said it didn't really know what they were doing because it didn't go high up. It only went maybe 8 feet. Yeah, it's supposed to go in the sky above the trees.
So
Okay.
not only did they litter, but they didn't even do it right, Kim.
Yeah, they beginners, clearly. Beginners, they practice. Ain't nothing wrong. I guess everybody a beginner at some point, right?
Well, now that they made fireworks legal in the state of Georgia, I mean, everybody think they some type of pro.
So we are gun-toting, firework popping Georgia residents. Is that what we are?
I just don't get caught up in it at all. Like I said, my new independence is Juneteenth.
Hey.
What's in that cup though?
Listen, y'all, you want to know what's in the cup? So I came up, I'm always making some type of drink and it always comes out good. So Sunday I felt for some daiquiri. So I made some strawberry daiquiri with some cocomelon Jamaican rum. So that's rum with coconut.
Love it.
It is on point. But for some reason, yesterday I felt for some Malibu pineapple, y'all, rum. So I decided to take my frozen strawberry daiquiri out with already my cocomelon Jamaican rum and mix the pineapple Malibu, y'all. I'm saying it's good.
Sound good.
I did that. So I'm feeling
Pineapple
a little good
is
over here.
Good for you. Okay.
So you know how we always talk about mental health is real, and to know when we need a break. So remember that I think it was 2 Wednesdays ago when I had mentioned that I answered the phone and the person just kept on saying hello, 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 and I just asked them if they were deaf. That's when I realized I needed that mental break because I think it was coming out.
Yeah.
So I took a mental break. And I mean, when I took the mental break, then I realized, like, your girl, can you believe it? Your girl, Tonya, felt like I was slipping. I was slipping into like a little depression mode. So I had to kind of talk myself out of it. And I said, wait a minute. You know what? I'm going to go I'm going to put on my little workout gear.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for a walk. And I'm going to listen to some music. And I was just walking and listen to some music, but I was just walking. I mean, I'm walking up those incline like I'm a size 5. I'm like, strutting, seeing the sweat coming down and everything. And I mean, I felt good. And I realized that I was coming back too.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? I said, this is what I miss doing, because I was doing it often last year when I was off work. I was able to do it more. And I said, you know what? I need to start taking this time to walk and meditate, get that meditation in. But then as I was doing that, and I'm thinking, and I said, I could do it while still being cute. So y'all, I had on my little workout outfit. Man, y'all friend she was turning head, honey. I said, honey, look, it motivated me a little bit more. Look, go from looking like a size 5 to being a size 5. How about that?
Why not?
Why not? So I'm telling you guys, when you know you kind of off, when you feel that you're not performing your work duties at your 100% that you normally do. If you notice at home, you might not feel like really cooking or doing the things that you normally do without a problem. Please, 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 please take some time out for you. You got to. Even a lot of times when we think we got it down pat, we're going to push through it. I'm just, that you feel like a little tired, just exhausted. Take some time for you, because it's real. Mental health is real, y'all. Seriously. Take some time for yourself.
And it's always a good time to, check in with yourself. Like you said, you noticed that something was going on and you paid attention to what was happening within your inner spirit. And so I think that's important that we do that. And whether we go outside and walk or we do something that we enjoy, we have to take care of ourselves. We can't neglect ourselves emotionally, physically, spiritually, because when we do, we don't perform at our best. So big ups to you for going out there looking cute while walking while looking cute. That's what I heard. Walking while looking cute for 200. Yes. And yes. And yes. So speaking of walking while looking cute, I actually went to the Braves game on Monday, and Monday it decided to Monday the weather decided to thunderstorm. So we were out here at the stadium, and it was raining cats and dogs out there. It was amazing. I mean, I didn't mind it because I was in this, I found a safe place to shelter in place while people were deciding to just drink more and eat more and, hang. And people were really trying to hang out to see if they were going to restart the game. I was really just hanging out to see when there would be a safe patch in the rain where I could just walk back to the car. But what I learned was I didn't realize, because I watch baseball occasionally, like the highlights, but I didn't realize that they actually would resume playing the game like 100 hours later. So by the time I got home and went to sleep the next day, the game started back about midnight, and they were back out there playing. I was like, so you mean to tell me they took a nap? What did they do for those 3 hours? Do they nap in a dugout? But apparently they played 3 or 4 games in a row, and it was important enough for them to resume playing around midnight, Monday night. So that was kind of interesting to me, because I didn't know that in baseball, they literally, I get the rain delay because you can't play when it's lightning. And there was a lot of lightning around the stadium, so that's why they called the game. But I didn't realize that they really were going to resume that game. And people did stay. People stayed in the stadium until the game resumed. So that was very interesting to me.
Okay, y'all. Speaking, can y'all hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Am I live? Speaking of baseball, you all, small world. So the the rookie for the Atlanta Braves, Michael Smith. His name Michael Smith, right? I know his mom.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, he's very young, rookie, showing out,
he's from
showing
here.
out. I was originally
Congratulations.
from here. I don't know if he's originally from here, but his mom and I was like, I'm talking about in the 80s. We lived in the same neighborhood. So he was
Oh, okay.
probably born here. Yeah. His mom is probably like, I don't know, early 50s. But I was like, wow. So we're Facebook friends and everybody's, excited for her. He's doing well.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
Yeah.
kudos. I mean, right now is the best time if you have young teenagers, to get them in the sports that they like. It's always good to start training them and have them going to the camps to, if they may want to go, professional. So kudos.
Yes.
So, of course, we cannot continue the show without definitely sending our condolences to Highland, Illinois, July 4th, mass shooting again. I think the last time I checked today was 7 people has died from the shooting. And again, a young 22-year-old was able to buy that assault rifle legally. And then one of the saddest part of the story is that there was a 2-year-old boy was at the parade with his parents, mother and father. And when the shooting started and everyone is running and everything, there was a couple. They saw this little boy by himself crying and had blood on his clothes. And they, took him, ran with him, and, later on posted on Facebook, I guess social media, saying anyone knows this, this little boy, et cetera, et cetera. And, they gave their contact information. So the police actually reached out to them. And his parents, both his mother and father, was 2 of the victims that lost their lives. And they said while they had the 2-year-old, they were trying to ask, of course, what is his name? And he's asking for a mama, daddy. Wow. So sad. Again, when is it going to stop? Is it ever going to stop? And that city, that community was a Jewish community. So if we look at what's going on, first we had, the Buffalo shooting, which was a predominantly Black. Then we had the Texas school shooting, predominantly Mexican. Yeah. Now we add the Jewish. I mean, really?
Really?
We just, we got to keep praying for America. If you believe in God, you pray. If you believe in whatever else your beliefs in, something has to be done. Because why all of these things are just happening here in the United States? That's the question. Anyone want to hop on that? Why is it only happening here?
I wouldn't say that it's only happening here. I just know that we tend to focus on what does happen here. We don't necessarily listen to a lot of international news. And I know there are, on some cable networks, there are international news networks. And I've seen a few. I just don't watch them. But there's a lot of things that are happening in the world that are inhumane. People are suffering in a lot of places. But those things aren't necessarily spotlighted in American broadcasting. And so we are sometimes disconnected to the poverty that is happening, the inner wars that are happening in the rest of the world, the social injustice that happens in other countries. Even some countries still struggle with things like women's rights. It was a few years ago where women were just now allowed to drive in Dubai, but they still have to drive with a man in the car. So, I mean, there are things that are happening in the world, but we don't necessarily spend a lot of time focusing on that. So I just say that to say that, anytime we can remember to be grateful about something, we need to do that, because life is always unpredictable. and we never know what that next unpredictable, unforeseen thing is that's going to happen, that may happen, that reaches us. You know, a lot of these things are happening around us and they're getting close to us, but we haven't necessarily been touched by it. Except for COVID. By now, everybody has been touched by COVID, whether they've had it themselves, whether they personally know somebody in their immediate family or in a friend or coworker's family who has, lost their lives or been really, really sick because of it. So that's sad, though. It really is. It really is sad. Okay, so I have a couple of headlines, and we did this last week. So Kim, I'm going to let you go first. So
McKenna, before you go to that, I wanted to just jump on, what's going on in the mass shootings. So I'm thinking to myself, what kind of person would do that, would be behind it? And I want to say it's tied into mental illness, like we were talking about earlier. What kind of person that they don't like a group of people so bad that instead of just separating themselves or not being, connected to them, they choose to go to them and cause harm. I mean, I think, and I could be wrong, but it could be mental illness. Could be. I don't want to say this, use that as a scapegoat, but it's got to be something really wrong that you dislike somebody so much that you just want to take them out. That just baffles me. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, we see it a lot. I mean, it's maybe not even on that scale, as far as like mass shootings and things like that. But people get caught up in the moment to actually go through with some of those things. And I see what you're saying, Kim, and I definitely, like you, I would definitely call caution to put that under the scope of mental illness, because it sometimes will excuse the behavior of actually what happens. But and then you'll dive into like people, racism and stuff like that. Is that a mental illness, or is that just learned behavior? More often than not, that's learned behavior of what people learn in their lifetimes, whether it's through parents, what they watch on television, their environments, all those other things that culminate in them forming their opinion. But in this day and age, it's definitely more polarizing now. I mean, we've had mass shootings throughout the history of America, of course, but it's definitely more polarizing in kind of like we have in police shootings, where police have been killing black folk for a long time, unarmed black folk for a long time. But we're just not getting a lot of visuals of it now, and it's staying in the headlines. People are wanting to seek justice for it, and in some instances they are seeking outside of civil court justice for it. But this right here, it's going to be harder, because everyone that is people that are pro-gun just believe that they should be armed and have how many guns or whatever guns they can, which is I own a gun. I don't care anything about that, but there definitely should be when you go to a job, right? Let's say you work at a plant of some sort.
Yeah.
And there's heavy machinery that you have to operate, right? There's some type of training or something that takes place. You just can't come on the job the first day and say, operate this machinery. And so I think if we start to put those things in place, and you'll find out these places that are selling guns start just giving people guns without any licensing trainings or any of the other stuff, man. Like, I know these people don't want to hear it, but like, you need to start taxing these places. Because to me, it's just, if they buy guns from your shop and do whatever they want to do without any training, you selling these people stuff without anything, no nothing.
Right. I hear you.
I think that's a good point that you make, MG, that, these things aren't necessarily going to go away. And we know that laws don't necessarily change behavior, because there's all kinds of laws that people break, from speeding to, all kinds of things that people do. But I do think there are things that can still happen to improve the situation, just like having a conversation about it, making that a dinner time topic, paying attention to your buddies who have guns, who are, I won't say brainwashed, but are, under the influence of this learned behavior that you talked about. Maybe even requiring that people who are registered gun owners take a not just a safety class every year, but also maybe a cultural sensitivity class or a diversity class or something, that speaks to, how people are harming people with these weapons. I think there are opportunities to put that in place. Yes, we have the right to bear arms, but as a society, we have a social responsibility to do what we can to ensure that those persons who are gun owners have had some training and have had some education about the tragedies and the tragic things that are happening, and maybe some reprogramming about how to think about when you're in a situation and you have your gun. It's not like a video game where you shoot first. Is there a way to de-escalate a situation without just shooting first? So those are different types of scenarios. The mass shootings, of course, those are usually premeditated, or you're thinking about that first. So that's a different type of mindset. Versus now you have people that are just walking around with guns because legally they can, and they're at the sports bar, and it's football season, and I have on my such and such jersey, and you have on your such and such jersey, and now we're both talking aggressively about our teams, and then all of a sudden, because I have it, I reach for it, So I think there's still room, and there's still a place for more education, more training, more conversation, more legislation, more civility to occur, so that we see a reduction in violence and a reduction in death by violence and death by guns.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you can set a standard for a lot of these places, especially in the state of Georgia. Like anywhere that sells alcohol, no guns should be permitted at all. That should just be an easy and simple rule. Anywhere that you serve alcohol, no guns should be permitted on premises.
I agree with that, MG. Yes, yeah.
Like, we know alcohol, man, it just things to people.
So you feel times 10.
I mean, the song said, "Blame it on the alcohol," right? I mean,
okay.
I'm just saying, and I'm sure. Well, not you necessarily, MG, because you don't drink, but those of us who have partaked in the libations, we could probably all recall an incident or two when our judgment was impaired because of our impairment. So it just comes along with being impaired. So. And having a gun and being that's a dangerous combination.
Right.
Yep.
Most people, not me, y'all. She's not talking about me. When I think it really like relaxes me. So she's talking about everybody else. I mean, I kind of want to go to sleep. I'm so relaxed. I can honestly say, I guess because I'm low key anyway and laid back. Nobody's ever like made me feel like I wanted to lay hands on them or anything, sober or not, But yeah, I hear what you're saying, McKenna. But usually I'm just like a wine drinker, and that just makes me so laid back that I probably won't even notice if somebody was trying to cross me or disrespect me. It just makes me really laid back. And I don't drink a lot, maybe 2 drinks and I'm good. But I feel what you're saying. It could take somebody from 0 to 10 in a matter of seconds because they've had too much.
Because yes, alcohol, it does do something to you when you're, as they would say, over the limit. Especially, it takes you to you because I've how you hear people say they get tipsy, feeling a little good, and then you have people that is drunk, like literally cannot even stand up. They like wobbling from the left to the right. So I can see why that can happen. Because with me, when I get tipsy, I'm up there just laughing, just feeling good, just want to dance. But then you have people that's drunk, and then sometimes that's when if you really want to hear the truth from a drunk friend,
that part,
talk to them when they drunk.
Yeah.
As a person who's always sober. I've seen many things from the people that are intoxicated. I got people that always want to fight when they're intoxicated. I got people who's overly emotional. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. All right, yeah, bro. Yeah, I love you too. We cool. I don't think you understand. Okay. To the sloppy, hey, I can't stand up. Help me to the bathroom. Because I've always been the DD. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I be driving. My partner over here, he passed out in the passenger seat over here because he don't drink too much. I mean, I got stories upon stories about, because I'm always sober, so I got stories upon stories about.
So you always a designated driver or the designated friend?
Always. And I usually have fun. Shoot, it can't be no worse than what they doing, so I'll be right along with them. And people be like, "What you drinking that night?" Nah. So I just have a good time.
So you're participating in the shenanigans just because everybody else is.
Why not?
I mean, yeah. And then sometimes being inebriated, it gives you a little bit of a pass. Just a small window of a pass where you can maybe say that thing that you probably shouldn't say, or you can dance even though that's not your area of talent, or you can sing when you know that you haven't even, if you saw the note, you wouldn't know what to do with it. So, I mean, it can be fun, but like people would say, there's a time and a place, and there's a limit for it. So when you're in good company, it makes it easier to have that extra kick of good time. But it can be dangerous, when you don't have that heat, or when you're leaving and somebody's like, "Hey, let's take a lap, let's go for a walk," or because you're not ready to drive anywhere. And we've been in situations where we're leaving somewhere and we're looking at somebody like, "Oh, I hope they're not driving. I really hope the person is not driving." And I did a safety check one time. I stopped this guy just because he was headed to the car wobbling. And I was like, "How you doing?" And then he was like, "Hey, Miss Lady, I'm good." I said, where you about to go? Because he was not in any condition. And I said, I can't allow him to drive. Like, something in my spirit said, let me just feel him for just a minute. Let me just capture his attention. And so we probably talked for a few minutes. And I was like, "Why don't you, before you drive, why don't you go get you a water or something so that you, I didn't want to say sober up. What did I say? Hydrate. So you can hydrate while driving."
That's good. Okay.
You don't want to call a drunk person drunk because
you don't want to offend them, girl.
No, I drive better when I'm drunk. No, sir, don't. I promise.
Right.
You don't. But yeah.
That's good. So it's always a good thing to, follow your mind. And if you can help someone, like McKenna did, stop for a minute to have him to sober up in a sneakiness way. That's what you do when you see someone about to do something that may not be a good idea. It's always good to say something. It's always good to intervene. So let's stop turning the other cheek. Oh, it don't have nothing to do with me. I ain't driving on the road anyway. Let's
right.
Let's intervene when we can.
Or say because even if you can't get to them, you might just be like, "Lower, just watch them while they get there," because it doesn't take but a second to say a prayer for somebody. So that's something that we can do. Like, Lord, just protect them on their way and just let the road be clear. So when they swerve, and nobody's next to them. That's something.
Exactly.
Or these days, we could call Uber for them, depending on how far they live, or volunteer to call one of their friends or something. Because if you don't know them, I'm not saying take them home.
Right.
Reach out to somebody, or if they live close, I would do an Uber for them. Yeah.
Well, Marcus, I see you rubbing their eyes. What's going on with them eyes? Is it allergy, or is it just that you've been up all day?
Man, I think it's sleep.
A little sleepy there.
I don't know if it's allergies or not. I really don't have allergies like that. But I don't know. We gonna see. I'm leaking over here.
It probably is allergy because 2 weeks ago, I woke up with my eyes red, and I know that I do have a little issue with my eyes. So I did go to the eye doctor, and of course she was like, "It's allergy." I was like, "It's June." She's like, "It's allergy." So maybe you could try some over-the-counter allergy medicine, MG, and if it doesn't feel better, then probably need to go get it checked out because your eyes You never want to have infection in your eyes because I heard that one could be deadly.
Oh man, I've had that before. Well, I had like, well, it looked like I had my eye swole up shut one time. And so you talking about somebody who like was a big baby.
Yeah.
I think I was in my teens. You talking about a big baby?
Yeah.
Man,
yeah, men are mostly big babies. Y'all men.
I couldn't even go to sleep. I was so frustrated.
Okay, so MG, what time you going to the drugstore tonight?
Right, after the show, 8:01.
I might
8:01.
I might stop by a stove.
Yeah, you just need get some allergy medicine. Pat a day.
You're doing a good job. Hang in there. You fighting it. I see you.
He fighting. I see him in his eyes. I was like, oh, my friend over there.
So,
well, we got technically 22 minutes left if you can hang in there. But if you know how to do it. If you need to go walk away for a minute, you know how to do it, Marcus.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. My eyes leaking don't bother me.
You know that's what us Aries do. We stick it out. We ain't no quitters. We ain't quitters.
Hey.
Even though it's Cancer season, Aries always rule.
Oh yeah.
So McKenna, you had wanted to start that game off with Kim. Go on, let's start that game off.
Okay, so last week we played a little game, and it's called Rip from the Headlines. And so I didn't read the article, I just read the headline. So I'm going to read the headline, and we're just going to respond to what we think the article said and our opinion about it. So we're going to start with you. The first one says, woman cleans greens in washing machine.
What?
Who died? Who died after eating them? Who's
is that even a real thing?
Yeah. This was a real article. The woman, she got her bunch of greens and she put them in her wash machine and she washed them.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, this sounds like a comic column that you're reading. But I don't know if she did that. I don't know. Do people do that? Like, I don't know. Was she having a huge party and she just was like, I'm about to take a shortcut. Let me use the washing machine. I'm baffled.
That's why I don't eat from anybody. I'm gonna keep saying this forever and a day.
You will. I've heard people say that they wash their greens in the bathtub. Have y'all ever heard somebody say that?
I've heard
that's why I don't even eat greens.
I've heard that too. But I'm interested in the article. So this game, you don't read the article. You just gonna do headlines, and we gotta just pick history.
And I just write down the headline. Yeah. So I mean,
in the bathtub. That's why I don't eat from people.
Is this a front loader washer or a top loader washer? Like, I'm just wondering, do you put vinegar in there? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, what is she putting? Right. What?
Questions. Okay.
Next.
Here's one. Krispy Kreme is giving away a dozen donuts for 85 cents.
What's the catch?
Man,
I gotta know this.
Where is it? Which location?
Right. 85 cents.
That is probably one of them Facebook scams.
Or you gotta buy 5 dozen first.
Right.
And then
or buy 85 and then you get the other 5 for 85 cents.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another one. Rihanna now passes Kardashian for being youngest billionaire.
Woo, 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 woo. I saw that the first made black youngest 1.4 billionaire. Yes. Woo, 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 woo.
Is this a recent article?
Wonderful.
Yes, it's recent and it's real.
So apparently, the Jenner girl, which one is it? Kylie
Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, due to lack of sales, she is no longer a billionaire. And so she has reduced her net worth. And so now Riri's net worth has increased. So now she is claiming this prize or this title.
Oh, okay. Because I thought she was already a billionaire.
So, because her billionaire status doesn't come from her music. She has made millions with her music, her albums.
Yeah,
touring.
that's what I say. What else does she have? Enlighten me, because
but if you follow Rihanna, I'm not one of the fans. I'm not a fan, but I appreciate her, and her being an island girl and being black. Got to give her kudos. She started Fendi, Savage, her negligee lingerie line.
I think it's just a clothing line in general.
Right. And she even had perfumes, and she even had some cosmetic came out too. So she used her celebrity status and her money to really get her with, and everyone to keep asking for the last 5 years when she gonna release the album. She's sitting up there like this.
For what?
If I do, it's just gonna be for fun.
Right.
So yes, that's a real article. Kudos to Rihanna. She just had her son. Kudos. She
got married, right?
Whoever her financial advisor is, pretty much probably her parents, because them island parents. You better put up some money for rainy day, because you're not gonna always sell albums. And you get a little weight on you. They don't want to see you anymore. So, she had to take her money and do something with it. And she did good. So congratulations to Rihanna. Keep doing it up. And that's the most important thing. If instead of us looking at, Kylie, they was born into money. Sister pretty much showed her cat just in order to get the name out there. She took her stuff and, hey, I didn't have to do all of that. So kudos again to all of the black young celebrities who taking their money and their celebrity status and doing things. Kudos.
Yes. Grinding.
Yes, we're proud of Riri. Like, we love her. We're proud of her. And we get why she's not out there making music right now. Like, that is not her focus. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's an entrepreneur. She's a businesswoman. She's a CEO.
She married?
Yeah. Did they get married?
I thought they did. Well, the last I heard,
I missed that one because people were still against her and ASAP anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
check on that.
I think he proposed to her though.
She's in a committed relationship.
Mm-hmm. All right, I mean, because hey, but again, congratulations, kudos.
Okay, so I have two more. This one is from MG. Men should sit down to pee.
No and yes.
Okay.
You said no?
No and yes.
Okay, I like that. Why yes?
How can I say this?
Can I say it for you?
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
If they pee small, they gotta sit down and pee?
No.
No, not that one. Okay.
No, so there's a lot less control when the penis is erect. So when that happens, you may want to kind of or the other situation is after I know we on this area after engaging in sexual activity and you release, you may have to use the restroom. So in that case, you have to some things are blocking the urethra, and so you have to make sure that that it goes into the proper place. So sitting down may be the best thing to do in that situation. But other than that, no.
Well,
no comment for me. I'm gonna pass on that one again.
Well, I thought they only sat down because.
Well, interesting to see if you get your significant other to sit down. Why don't you sit down and pee? Like, would that be a conversation to have, and what would it look like? And how many men would protest to it just because they would be unwilling to try it because they thought it might mean a certain thing? But I mean, I could see how that conversation can go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, just like what I said. What my thoughts was on sitting down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about that. But the bigger question is, toilet seat up or down? So I've always had this question. So look, when you first start dating a woman, right? Women always complain, that you leave the toilet seat up. If you're coming to his house, after you have used the bathroom, should you put the toilet seat back up?
Now, why you give us these hard questions, MJ?
It ain't hard. Can I answer? Can I go?
Okay,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
you go.
Because I don't sit on people's toilet. I always lift up the seat anyway.
Oh, okay. You squat.
Squat.
Anyway, okay.
So, yeah, I'll leave it up. If I make a mess, I clean it up. Leave it up.
So you out here making messes on people's toilet because you don't want to sit on it.
If I'm trying not to get close to that toilet, yes, sir.
Right. So
I
MG.
don't think I like that, Tony.
That's why I usually don't use people's bathroom. And I promise you, I will hold it till I get all the way home. So, yeah, but for real, seriously, on a real note, though, if I do go into a man's bathroom, a single man bathroom, and the seat is up and I use it by squatting, I will close your toilet seat. I'm not going to leave it up.
So is this one of these find it the way you left it type comments? Like if
That's
I
my
found
thing, MJ. Was that what you going for?
I mean, I just wanted to know because I mean, we for years, you know, men leave the toilet seat down. I'm gonna fall in, but I was like, you know, all of that stuff.
I'm trying to think what I've done in the past. I've probably left it down because that's just, I didn't really think about leaving it the way that because that means that I have to retouch it.
What? What's wrong with
Women are something else, Marcus. We something else because see, we gonna get a piece of paper towel.
A piece of tissue or something. I have to retouch it. You've been sitting on it. What do you mean?
You know what I'm saying? I got to retouch it and then put it back up. And then what if it has spots up? See, then I'm gonna look for some.
But you just sat on it. I don't understand. How are you?
Okay, then I have one more.
No, wait. Marcus got questions. He got questions. He said you scared to touch it, but you done sat on it. He got questions, McKenna.
Yeah, you put it down. You use your hand, you put it down. And after you use the bathroom on it, now you don't want to touch it because it's nasty. I don't understand it.
McKenna don't want to say it, so I'm gonna say for her, she really didn't sit on the toilet seat neither. She didn't. She didn't. She didn't sit on it. She might have squat like over the toilet bowl. She didn't sit on it either. Us women, we really don't do it. I'm just telling you that for a fact. We just don't do it.
And if we have to, because sometimes you really need to balance yourself, depending on, we're gonna double line that thing.
That's why when you go to the bathroom after a woman, there's barely no toilet paper left.
Right, because we don't line it, then we come in, we flushed it, and then put the other, because you don't want to clog it, and then you put the other half in.
Or because y'all don't squat it and got pee everywhere. Y'all had to wipe the evidence off.
Yes, we did. So it's always good to keep wipes at the side of your toilet bowl in your bathroom.
And we appreciate those men who do that. Like, oh, I can clean before, and then I can clean after.
And clean after, exactly. Yes, Marcus.
I'm good.
This is less right, and that's what we do. We talk about it, real talk. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. Sometimes McKenna try to sugarcoat it, and I just gotta just say it for her. But this is less right. We're adults here. The children's show come on Tuesday at thepowerhouseradio.com. Okay, so this is an adult show, and then the mature show comes on Thursday, which is Reasoning Thursday with Lady D and Mama Acid. If you want to hear, y'all think we got things to say, tune in on Thursday, 8:00 at the Reasoning Thursday with Lady D and Mama Acid. I'm telling you, you'll be locked on the powerhouseradio.com and 89.1 FM. Don't forget, tune in all the time because we're here. That's what we do. You know, we have our guests, you know. Hey, Madonna, you know, our guests come and chat with us online. You know, we got Kim. She come and hang out with us here and there. So, I mean, thank you guys for tuning in and listening. You know, this is what we do. So, Marcus, you got the answer to your question. We really don't sit on your toilet. If we do, we double up on the toilet paper.
Yeah.
So in other words, don't let, when y'all ask to use the bathroom, just tell them like, it's a store right down the street. Or if you can hold it till you get back to the house, that's probably fine too. Ooh. So is that the answer y'all looking for? Because y'all don't want to use it anyway. My whole
basically,
hospitality.
when possible, we try not to go to the restroom in public when possible. But we know as we get older as women, we might not be able to hold it like we used
Can't
to.
hold it.
It's a fact. It's just a fact. So you're thinking about this in advance, like, okay, so maybe we went to, I don't know, Applebee's for happy hour. We might need to go to the restroom before we leave. So we're going to think about that in advance. And we're going to prepare ourselves to do that at a reasonable point before we leave, because we don't want to get stuck in traffic or not being close enough to go. So these are things that we think about as we get in this stage of our lives. And then maybe we're at the house party or the cookout and we're thinking, I sure am going to have to go to the bathroom. Am I going to hold it and go at the gas station? Maybe there's a quick trip down the street that might have a better accommodation based on where you are. Or am I in an environment where I feel comfortable going? So these are things that we actually, we don't talk about them out loud, but we subconsciously think about them. When am I going to go to the bathroom? Is it something that I can hold? Is it worth risking? Am I going to go here or I'm going to stop? These are things that we think about. Even if we go on a trip, when we go on vacation, we're at the hotel. We rarely share rooms this stage, but if you're in a shared experience, I'm one of those people, like, I will go downstairs to the lobby bathroom in the back where nobody is, especially like if I'm at an embassy suites where they have the conference rooms. Nobody's on the conference room side. I'll go way to the conference room side and nobody's used that bathroom for 18 hours and it's been cleaned twice. You walk in there, you smell nothing but pine sol, and I might have to do what I have to do. And then I'll go back up to my room because I don't want to expose people to that. So, these are things that we think about.
We do.
McKenna, she said it right. I've done it too. Exactly. I've done it too. I did. I went on a whole weekend trip with a dude years ago, and stomach was kind of tweezy. What? Oh no! I had to get the wipes. I could travel with the wipes, and like McKenna said, I had to find that restroom somewhere around the corner, maybe by the pool, where the pool ain't open because it's cold. You know what I'm saying? Going there, clean it up, still squatting, flush as you go and go back to the room. I'm going to take a shower.
So,
like nothing had to happen.
I have a question for you, ladies. Question. When you out traveling and you have to make a pit stop like that, do you all have the travel size toilet spray? Do you have that?
The poop spray?
The poopery?
Yeah, but they were selling it at Dollar Tree for $1.
Yeah. I have some of that.
$1.25 now.
$1.25.
Yes.
Look,
MG, why you talk like that, Marcus?
See, the men don't think like us. They don't have to do what we do.
We consider it, Marcus. But if I was at someone's house, though, back to what you were saying, I would ask, do you have a guest bath? Do you have a guest bath?
Wow.
If not.
So
yeah, Marcus, women are special. So we just told your whole wife's, have a conversation with your wife later.
So this is my question now, right? So the original question was intended for, like, if you're going up to a dude's house who you're seeing you guys are dating and all that other stuff. So you guys are actively maybe spending the night at each other's homes and stuff like that. My question to y'all is that, why are you spending the night and being with someone and you can't even sit on their toilet seat?
We don't know who was sitting on it before.
Right, you don't know who was sitting on it before.
Yeah, we don't. Either toilet seats.
Right.
And you made this comment earlier before about learned behavior. Some of this is just our learned behavior. It's just ingrained into us. And after you get a level of comfort, you may relax and clean and sit. But it takes a minute for us to get to that place. Now, some people just sit anywhere. That's just that person. But if you're a person that doesn't sit anywhere, it doesn't matter if you know that the person is clean, you see that they cleaned it. It's just kind of ingrained in you. It's what you do. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, after a while, and then the first time that you sit, you're like, oh, I sat. Like, in your, honey, am I right? Am I right about it? You're like, oh,
you're right. And look, then you're gonna be checking for a couple of days, make sure ain't no rash back there.
Good gracious, y'all! Wow.
It's the truth.
I get the wipes. I understand that. Wow.
Yeah, Marcus, it's serious.
Gee, with you having daughters, these are conversations that your wife is going to have with your daughter. Like, based on her perspective about how these things work. You may have a daughter that's just like Tony and I, who's a squatter. Yeah,
it is, because I probably most likely, and you can, like I said, have a conversation with your wife, because if she takes your daughter to the restroom in public, believe it or not, she's not allowing her to sit on the toilet. She actually have her in her hands and have her over the toilet, so she can use it. She don't have her sit on the toilet.
Oh, yeah,
so it's something. It's just because you don't know, like the cleanliness, and certain STDs are passed just from it could be passed from toilets alone, not even sexual. So it's just something that we were taught a long time ago, that we are very careful as far as using public restrooms, and even sitting on anybody's toilet. So yeah, that's why Clorox wipe comes in handy.
And I have one more comment on this before we go. What's interesting is my aunt. She's always one of those persons that has like cool little gag gifts and just different little gadgets. He's a gadget person, and apparently they make seat covers now. Like in the women's restroom, you can just pull it and it's there. But they have it comes like in a little pouch, and it looks maybe like a tampon, I guess would be a good description of it, a little bit bigger, but they sell them, and they're portable seat covers. So you take it with you. They're disposable. So you take it with you and you have your own seat cover. So you can do what you need to do. And then you can throw that one away because it's biodegradable. And so there are products out there to help, with the reduction of food being spread and cleanliness.
It better be disposable.
Right, because it wouldn't want to take it off the toilet, and I mean it defeats the purpose then if it's not disposable, right?
Issues. I'm back.
Oh my goodness, y'all have me cracking up. Tonight.
Yes, yeah, but that's so, Marcus. We have answered the question for you, and we've even give you some tips so you could forward on. So McKenna, you said you had one more. What was the next?
Oh, okay. The last one. And it's right along with the cleaning thing. It says, I stopped cleaning my house to see if my husband would step up.
Why should you do that? Why should you do that? He's going to be looking at her like, what's wrong with you? Why you stop cleaning all of a sudden?
Really and truly, I have seen men clean, and I'm like, all right, when he finished, I'm going to go right behind him and go on to clean that correctly. I'm just saying. Kim?
Yeah. I think, we've had this conversation before. I think that sometimes we take on things because we want things a certain way, and we create an atmosphere where I got it, don't worry about it, I got it. And then we get tired of being the only one that's doing it, but we set the energy and the tone that says, I got it, and this is what I'm going to do. And then we resent that because we're like, well, you're not doing anything, but you told me you got it. And so that's, like I leave my plate and you've always picked it up and I walk away from the table. So why is it today a problem? I didn't know you had a mood swing and today it's a problem. So I'll pick up my own plate today, but tomorrow you got my plate. You told me to leave it there. So I think sometimes we create this, and then he might not necessarily know that he's supposed to pick up the slack. Like this is a test, because we're good at doing tests. Like we will test you for no reason, and you don't even know that there's a test happening, because in our mind we're like, I'm gonna see how long he leaves those shoes by
the door. Right.
See how long he leaves them there. Them shoes not bothering him at all, and he doesn't even know they're bothering you. So we both walk about these shoes like, okay, and then, but I'm the one that's mad because I'm testing MG because I want to see, and it's Wednesday, and I've been looking at these shoes since Sunday, and I'm like, these shoes are still here, and all of a sudden by Thursday I can't take it no more. So now I'm Flip City, and you looking like, well, the shoes been there since. Okay, I'm with the shoes, like it's no problem, but yeah.
And that is true. I have been a victim of that. I'm like, why did you even do that? You still gonna have to move it. So you know what? I just look, and then I do this, and I just say, and just pick it up, move it, do whatever. Because but you know what, McKenna, look at this. Marcus, do y'all be knowing that we testing y'all?
I think sometimes it turns into like, I know what she's doing, but she's not gonna make me do something that I wasn't intending to do anyway. So it turns into like, who can hold out the longest type of thing. You know what I mean? And for him, it might be like, look, those shoes there, I get them when I get them. They ain't bothering me. You know, I get them on Sunday, but they're gonna stay there for that whole week because I know, you know, that she trying to do what she's trying to do. Not just about the shoes, but just sometimes some things in general that women do. And I just be like, oh well, you know.
See, McKenna, I knew it. That's why I just said, you know what? Why even do it? Let me just go on and do it.
Do what you do.
Just do it. And that's what I do. I would do it all the time. I'm just like, you know what, Tonya? You gonna end up doing it anyway. So if you don't do it today, you gonna still end up doing it tomorrow.
Right. Shoes, because them shoes are getting on your nerves. You're gonna walk past them one more time, and now I have to pick it up. All right,
gotta pick it up. So just to squash it, just going to move it. So of course, guys, while we going on with our conversation, Kim is having some technical difficulties, so she keeps going in and out. But she did note, she did want to make a correction regarding the Braves player. His name is Michael Harris, number 23. She had said Michael Smith, but that is his mother's maiden name. But the rookie who she said is doing his thing for Atlanta Braves, number 23 is Michael Harris. So kudos again. But guys, you know what? We're here every Wednesday. We hanging in here, trying to bring the latest, keep it up, and, you know, just keep you guys posted on what's going on. And of course, just making it fun to listen to us on a Wednesday when we know it's hump day. The day was, feeling like you had to jump over a hump. So that's what we're here to do, unwind you, get you ready for the next day. And again, we do thank you so much for tuning in to the powerhouseradio.com, listening to Let's Gripe on 89.1 FM. Please like and share. So you chime in with your, chatting with us, but you got to share our videos. You got to like, you got to subscribe, so we can get more viewers and listeners, and so we could do our thing. Because you know what? Guess what? The year's going fast. It's waiting on no one. So guess what? If you thinking about, I'm going to wait till it get cooler, honey, guess what? By the time it get cooler, we in December already. Okay? So whatever you do, like McKenna said it earlier in the show, stay hydrated. Be safe. And the C-19 is still out there, y'all. People still getting sick. So y'all still be safe, okay? Until next Wednesday, this is Tonya saying peace out.
And this is McKenna saying good night.
This is MG saying be careful about whose toilet seat you sit on.
Yeah.
I heard that.
And Marcus, feel better. See you later. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the powerhouseradio.com.
Yeah. You listen to the sounds of the fourth quarter in your ear right now. If you're in your car, if you're at home, if you're on your phone, let's gripe, baby.
Driving home and you're feeling kind of tired. Hey, radio play the same thing every day. So you need a little switch in your life. Traffic got you jammed up every night. Tune in to Powerhouse. Wednesday, 7 to 9, you need to check them out. I promise I ain't trying to hype, but one good listen tonight, it might change your life. So what's the name of the show? You need something to just ride to on the go. Or you might be home, so log on. You can even dial in on your phone. I promise that you're gonna love it. Just try it one time, it'll blow your mind. Now I'ma say it just one more time. Every Wednesday from 7 to 9. Let's gripe.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.